Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for some indie comic reviews, and in these indie comic reviews I'll be covering Ian Flynn's Megaman 0 and also VR Troopers issue 2. So I'll now get things ready and organised for the first one that I'll be reviewing. So first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough, it does, to which we get to see Megaman 0 here, so 0, as well as some people who are known as the Guardians in the story. So really good job in bringing that across in the story, so I know who's actually on the cover. And for that, I give the cover a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as we move into a Megaman 0 timelines, we end up catching up with Zero himself, to which it almost feels like a post-apocalyptic slash robot, what's the word? Version of Mad Max. That's how it sort of comes across in the story. It doesn't mean it's accurate. Not necessarily, as I've never actually played the game Mega Man 0. As we start to move a little bit further within the story, we meet some of the characters as well as the sides. So we get to see one side which Mega Man 0 is on, plus the opposition side, and of course they're sort of like fighting for their own just causes. And last but not least, towards the end, to which we get to see some things that will be coming next, and also what will be continuing in the next, or where we'll be in the next issue, which will be ZX. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking out that one's timeline. So for the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Next is the area of the story rating, to which do we get anything time-wise? Which we do. We learn it's taking place in the future of 22XX, so somewhere in the 23rd century. Next is the location that we get to see in here. We get to see the Wastelands, we get to see Neo Arcadia, and also one of the headquarters within the story. Next is the cast of characters, consisting of Zero, Joshua. I don't know whether they're actually one in the same person or not, but I took them to be separate people. So if it is incorrect, it's on my part. But if they are the same person, so be it. Next is we got the character known as Sage Hopura. We also had the characters known as the Guardians, which we get to see on the cover here, as well as someone known as Commander Ciel. Last but not least, the overall story rating is a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move into VR Troopers issue 2. So as we move into VR Troopers issue 2, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? In some essence it does, to which I give it a 7 out of 10. Next is the area of the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we begin in VR Trooper HQ, to which we catch up once again with Orion Steele, Caitlin Starr, and JB Reese. And with it, they have a bit of a discussion of like some of the places that they're going to need to go to within the story, and what's about to happen next. As we start to approach the middle of the story, they now have to basically suit up as they take on their next enemy of sorts within the story. And no doubt this is setting up for quite an interesting arc of what will be taking place within the upcoming issues. And last but not least, we finally get to meet one of the villains in this story, to which they will have to confront, being known as Grimlord. So for the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Next is the area of the story rating, and the story rating consists of time, location, and cast. So first things first is the area of time. First we had the next morning and also later afternoon being used, which was really good to see. Next is the area of the locations, to which we had the VR Trooper headquarters, as well as Zictor Industries, or Ziclaw Industries, providing I said that correctly. Next is the cast of characters, consisting of the main VR Troopers, consisting of Ryan Steele, Caitlin Starr, and JB Reese. And last but not least, we had the villain of Grimlord. The overall rating is a 7 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.